In the heart of the Mojave Desert, there is a land filled with breathtaking landscapes, incredible natural wonders, and seemingly endless geological oddities. Its arid environment boasts the hottest recorded air temperature on Earth at 134 degrees Fahrenheit, and, as one would expect, is also one of the driest places in the world. At its lowest point, you can stand 282 feet below sea level. Then, just 88 miles away, you can climb to 14,505 feet to stand on top of the highest peak in the lower 48. In this land of extremes, one misstep could lead to devastating results. Unlike the Timbisha Shoshone tribes, who have learned how to be at one with the desert for centuries, early explorers, settlers, and treasure seekers frequently found themselves in dire straits with their heavily loaded wagons, thirsty pack animals, and diminished supplies from their long trek into the desert. After narrowly escaping with their own lives, it was these unfortunate folks, trapped in a virtual oven by the surrounding mountain ranges, that named one of its most infamous landscapes, Death Valley, leaving those who did not survive buried in its barren, salty floor.
Where are we going today?
To Death Valley!
Yeah!
If you've been riding along with us for a while, you know that we're no strangers to this land. In spite of our previous struggles like thieving burros, assisting broken down travelers, and quite a few sleepless nights due to its 70-mile-per-hour winds, we still simply keep coming back for more. As foreboding as the stories may seem, and as real as the dangers may be, seeing this terrain in person and treading in the footsteps of those who forged a path into its unforgiving environment makes it worth the risk. There are a few places in this world that get under our skin for almost inexplicable reasons, and Death Valley is one of those.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the plethora of challenging trails, or perhaps the unique geology at every turn. It could be the camaraderie and traveling, supporting, and simply surviving with good friends. Or it could be the long soaks in hot springs after long days on the trail. Maybe it's the historical landmarks of those who came before and a desire to see their legacy preserved. Either way, the more we explore the Death Valley region, the more we want to see. So ride along as we uncover more of this mysterious landscape.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another adventure. This time, we're headed to some warmer stomping grounds. It's been a bit chilly here in Utah, and I think it's going to be in the single digits here over the next couple days. So we're headed southwest actually, back to one of our most favorite places to explore. Right along. All right, well, we are off to a rip-roaring start this morning. Got in late last night after a long drive, and now it's time. You remember my good friend Keith, and we got some new folks joining us over here. We got Robert and Michelle. I'll introduce you to them as we get going, but we're running a little bit behind. We got to get to a little special event here, so let's roll. they are, Caroline. How you doing?
Hi, I'm Leo.
Kevin.
Kevin, nice to meet you. Glenn.
My wife Sarah. And
Hi, Sarah.
Nice to meet you.
And your name?
Caroline.
Caroline. Nice to meet you. Did you stay warm last night?
Yeah.
We have a heater.
Okay, so probably not what you were expecting. And honestly, this surprised us too. But our new friends Robert and Michelle were excited to show us a different perspective of the desert and something a little more exciting and exhilarating than a four-wheel drive. Now remember, we are not new to flying, but we thought the bush plains of Alaska would probably be the smallest plains we would ever ride in. And I'm not gonna lie, we found some unexpected butterflies flip-flopping in our stomachs at the thought of riding what looked like the Sky motorcycle and weed eater kite. And so, we graciously let Keith and Maggie have the first turn while we worked up the courage and got the butterflies under control.
Clear.
My biggest concern was if Caroline was going to go for this. Sarah and I shared a couple of glances as she watched Keith and Maggie take to the sky. When it came her turn to ride, she shocked us both when she chose the Gyrocopter. And so these proud parents began helping her to suit up for the flight. But we were still not sure if there was going to be a last-minute bailout on this one.
There we go. Okay.
Man, Caroline, you're so brave.
Feel good?
That's your genetics, babe.
Turns out, this was just another day in the park for our brave girl, and she took her seat as calmly as any maverick or goose would have.
I am so surprised.
I am too.
Oh, she's going up again.
Little did we know that not only was she going for a ride, but she was also going to get the opportunity to fly the whirlybird as Leo kept a loose hand on the dual controls. Turns out, she's got a bit of a natural talent for picking up these things, and I may have just found a new drone pilot flying under my own radar. I seriously can't tell you how proud we were of this 8-year-old adventure seeker.
What'd you think?
Cool.
Yeah?
Do you love it?
So, who landed it?
What?
What?
Yeah, she landed it.
Caroline, good
I
job.
coached her right through. We got in there in the ground effects. I said, okay, start pulling back, pull back, pull back, pull
Oh,
back, pull
wow.
back, and she landed it.
Good
That's
job.
awesome.
It was incredible.
High five.
You are a trooper.
Next up, it was me and Sarah. So I opted to go with a gyrocopter since, well, it's the closest thing to flying on a drone out there. I knew it was going to be maneuverable, but I was still blown away by the speed and agility of this machine after Leo handed over a little control of the stick and rudder. This might be the closest thing to the ability to fly in complete freedom without a jetpack or pixie dust.
Holy cow, that was freaking amazing. What do you guys think about that?
So cool.
Amazing.
Awesome. It was great. Like, the movement of the auto gyro was so cool. The way that thing moves.
It was like flying the drone but being on the drone. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Robert and
Yes,
Michelle.
thank you, Robert.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
This has been
anytime,
amazing.
So fun.
Thank you so much. And we're just getting started, folks, so let's go. Well, was that worth the early morning?
Totally worth it.
Right?
I was gonna chicken out.
Were you?
I was.
saw you kind of wavering.
I was gonna chicken out, and then Caroline did it, and she rode the scary one,
Right?
and could have let her show me up. I gotta be cool like Caroline.
Right? What about you, Miss Gyrocopter?
I loved
heard
it.
that you were like the pilot and everything for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you get a good feel for it?
Mhm.
Yeah?
It was really good.
Were you scared at all?
No.
No? Were you like excited with butterflies? Yes. And now for the scariest part of this adventure.
Is this it's credit?
I'll have to call the bank, make sure it's gonna work.
Debit? No. Says the attendant.
Oh my gosh. Well, see you in a minute.
She's lush.
She's high maintenance.
Pinky's up.
Number 2. We got snacks because we did not eat breakfast. Because we just got up in time to get down for the flight. It's a little fun fact. That mountain over there is known as Eagle Mountain. And in 2016, we made our first trip into Death Valley. Wasn't the greatest trip. We had some pretty traumatizing experiences with wind. But one thing that came out of that was we decided to design our first logo around the profile of that mountain. And I'll go with a little animation right there for you. Just a fun fact. Death Valley holds a special place in our hearts. This is my 4th trip. This is Sarah's 5th trip. She's special.
With our blistering pace going from attraction to attraction, I haven't had the chance to properly introduce Robert. Robert is actually a California Highway Patrol officer who has spent the last 20 years patrolling these Death Valley highways. Death Valley has its own extensive community of unique individuals, and Robert seems to know them all. So we're getting a very special tour of Death Valley and a look behind the scenes. Some of these areas were so sensitive we were not even allowed to film them, but it was an extremely special visit for our family to see some of these untouched historical landmarks. After an incredibly busy morning, it was time to gorge ourselves on some of the best food we've ever found in Death Valley at the Crowbar Cafe and Saloon. These fresh-made tortillas and salsa were phenomenal and probably some of the best tacos I've ever had. Just don't tell Sarah.
Good. All right, great. Amazing. Doing okay over there, you two? Puff, like donut pastry that they make to pipe into.
Just to tie it up. Did you check the tent last night? I wonder if maybe it's
And we used the stove last time we were here, so
Oh,
it's
really?
functional.
Wow. Caroline, are you sleeping in here tonight?
No.
After a long day of exploring some of Death Valley's best kept secrets, we made our way to one of Robert's favorite campsites, complete with an old cabin filled with eclectic trinkets, doodads, and somewhat decomposing taxidermy. We felt a great sense of appreciation for our new friends and their willingness to invite us into their Death Valley community. Our sense of awe and wonder was yet again awakened for this rugged country, and we couldn't wait to see what the next day would bring.
There you go.
Da, 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 da.
Keep going. Higher. All the way to the top. There you go.
Yay!
Thanks for riding along with us, and we'll see you on the next one. Stay curious, and remember to leave it better than you found it.